I am Ayobami and welcome to PartyJollof Movie Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the movie Kill Boro.
You don't hold someone and call that love. Boro is a bad man. He made me scared to wake up every day.
They call me Boro the lion. I see anybody. You're my house for this.
He doesn't love us. He doesn't love me. He doesn't love you.
Area of Nigeria, and it shows the complications of an abusive family.
And call that love.
The stars of this show is we have Boma, who is the mother. Boma is played by the beautiful Inedima Okoje, and their son Elijah, played by the wonderful child actor Kosiso. I can't remember his surname Ogboruche. I can remember it, but I cannot pronounce it, and I don't want to butter somebody's child's name, but I'm sorry. But it was really wonderful. I loved everything about, well, 99% of everything about the movie. But anyways, I love the authenticity of this film. The film starts with, you know, the language. I didn't have to think about where people are coming from. You know, this kind of movies where you have like 10 people speaking different languages at the same time, and you're wondering, are you not from the same town? Why is this one speaking La and this one is speaking Za? But no, it wasn't like that with this movie. Kill Boro started with, I think it was Wafi. I'm not really sure the pidgin it was. I didn't have to, you know, I didn't have to think about where is this set. They didn't even write Port Harcourt or whatever. But when they started talking, I just knew that, oh, this is Port Harcourt, and that in itself drew me into the film. So we're going to talk about the characters. Their acting stood out for me. You know, it wasn't all over the place. It wasn't forced. It was so natural. Talk about the titular character, who is Boro, played by Philip Asaya. You know, it started out as a troubled debtor who everybody knows is poor. He himself knows he's poor, but then he wants to take himself out of a life he used to live, which they showed us in the movie, that he used to be a gangster, and then he wants to get out of being a gangster. But then he has this, you know, this crazy debt on his neck that can't take him out, and he really played that role well. He played the lines of a troubled man. A troubled man in the sense that troubled from the weight of the debt, troubled that he can't, you know, take care of his family, he can't give them basic needs. What do I love about Kill Boro? Kill Boro is very simple. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's one yeye movie, no. It is simple as in relatable. I'm not from the Niger Delta area, but when the movie started, I could, you know, picture what living in that area would be, you know. And one of the major things that got me was they did not even write, oh, this is Port Harcourt, this is Asaba, this is whatever. They didn't write anything. But when the dialogue started, I just knew it, like, oh, these guys are from here, and I give them kudos for that. And one of the major things that sweetie my belly is I'm sorry, is the acting. Give me good actors and I will give you a good film. That was exactly what they did. You know, their acting was so on point. They were so good. I loved Inedima Okoje's, you know, our depiction of Boma. It was so sweet. You know, we always see Inedima as this adebo, you know, cosmopolitan woman, lady, high class. But here she's in the ghetto. And not just in the ghetto, she's selling bole and fish. I had to say bole. It's not bole like, you know, we say it. It's bole. We had to, you know, we heard bole and fish. And she did so well, even playing Elijah's mother. I love the dynamic the chemistry between the two of them. Even when she pecked him on the cheek, it was not, like, who is this woman? It was like a mother and child. Now let's go back to the titular character. Boro is a troubled man. And when I mean troubled, chokehold troubled. He had a lot of debts on him. He was when I mean a lot of debt, for somebody like him, because he's a poor man, he doesn't have a job, we will not really call his job a job. I'm not going to say what his job is. If you want to know, go and watch it. If you have not watched it, go and watch it. I'm not spoiling it. We do not spoil movies here. Go and watch it if you have not. Now to Elijah. Whew. You know, one thing I love about Nigerian movies right now, the Nigerian movie industry, is that they're really pushing out youngsters and not just adults pretending to be children. You know, sometimes you watch movies and you're seeing this 25-year-old man acting as a 16-year-old. Bust my brain. I don't understand why. Don't you have 16-year-olds? Like, but this one, we see these children, you know, acting as they should. I loved Kosiso's acting. He showed how, when he was frustrated, you could see his frustration. When he was angry, you could feel his anger, his ability to emote what he was feeling per time. That was what he did it for me. And I'm just going to say kudos to the directing. You know, it's not really easy, you know, when you work with children, but for you to be able to help them understand what their roles are, it's just amazing. So coming back to the family dynamic, I love the interaction between the family, that's between Boro's family. You could see the wedge between Boro and Elijah, and there you have Boma, who is the thread holding the two men together. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed, you know, at first I was like, are you mad? Are you crazy? Like, go away from this house. Why would you stay with somebody beating you and destroying your life? But then I had to also see the other part of an abusive home, where you know that some women just don't have choices. We kind of think everybody should run away from an abusive home, but some of them don't just have any choices. They don't have anywhere to go, which I'm not. If you just run away, do not die. Boss man generally is a good bad guy because he does good and he does bad at the same time. Elijah sees Bossman as his own father. When he has issues, he runs to Bossman instead of his father. And that's what a dysfunctional family can do. It just severs the ties of the family. And so Bossman, you know, one of the scenes I really enjoyed was when Bossman goes to meet Boro at his workshop.
Come out your body for my family. Come out your body for my wife. Come out your body.
Take it back, like rewind it a couple of times, because I just love the synergy, and that's what good casting can do. Like, whoever did the casting of this movie, kudos to you. I love the fact that they brought in two strong actors, and the chemistry between the two of them was so authentic. I love that. Throughout Kill Boro, we saw a lot of, you know, authentic acting. It was not dry, it was not forced, it was not exaggerated. It was just real life on screen. What do I know? Like, I love everything about the movie, but come on, the beginning, I was confused. Like, why? I was trying to understand, why are these people running? Why are you saying somebody is stealing, somebody should not steal, Keneka, this one. It was so confusing to me. But I later understood the dynamics of that first scene. But at first, for someone who doesn't have patience to start looking at what was this film actually going to talk about, the person could have gotten, you know, a bit off about the movie. But the first scene didn't really make sense for me. I don't think it did make sense. And then we have the fight scene, the almighty fight scene. You know, when Boro stood up that, not talk about my wife, or not talk about my pikin, or you can talk about me, you can insult me, you can do this, you can do that. I was expecting, you know, Jagaban, this guy wants to come and scatter everywhere. And then he stands up and I'm like, where's the fight? Where is the fight? Is he under the chair? Is he? God. No, now. It was so bland. It was so blank. It was so... It didn't make sense. The fight scene was... It could have been better. Like, you know, you built it up already and then you had to scatter it. I was not... But... they not try for that one. That one, I don't agree. That fight scene was not a fight scene. It was supposed to be a pop-off scene that they turned into a fight scene, I think. Anyways, then one of the things I also do not like, the ending felt a bit rushed. The movie had been coming from a whole lot of, you know, beautiful scenes, beautiful actings, beautiful cinematography. I did talk about that. The cinematography was awesome. Like, I loved it. It was natural. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too edited. You know, there's some things that you edit and you'll be like, say, human beings call Elaine. Are you not supposed to be, you know? But they didn't look like cartoons. And the color grading was perfect for me. It wasn't too much. I loved that about the movie. But the ending, kilo shele, wetin happen? Was Awusa was, I don't know. But anyways, the ending was rushed, especially after Boro had gotten his 7.5 million. Yes, he wants to pay off his debts and all, we understand, blah, blah, blah. Going into the lion's den. My own is, why did you not check your bag for money? But then again, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Now only 3 people, they live for house. You would have believed that, oh, I put 1.5 million naira in my bag. I'm supposed to find 1.5 million naira. Let's keep that. Let's forgive them on that. But we now get there and we see that Elijah comes on a boat to Jaguar's place. On his own, no, you are a small child. You want to enter a nest. You know that this Jaguar is a killer. He has guns. You do not have a gun. You are a small child. You did not tell anybody. You just carried your bag. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. You want to be the savior of your father. Let's go. What's that? It did not make sense. And then we see the community guys enter. They want to fight. Jaguar, you know, go kill this one. Now our Pikino. Number one, Jaguar was in the movie. Jaguar was a bad guy, like a very, very bad guy. You know how I said Bossman is a good bad guy. Jaguar is the baddest of 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 the baddest. Everybody is scared of Jaguar except for Boro and Bossman. But then, because you think that Jaguar has Boro and Jaguar has Elijah, the whole community can stand against. It did not make sense. Machine guns. It didn't make sense. And then we see Boro saying, don't kill my son, don't kill my daddy, don't kill me. It didn't make sense. And then we hear gunshots. We don't know who died. You know, I'm not going to say who died, and I'm not going to say who did not die. But anyways, I did not like that. It was too rushed. It was too... Coming from the high level, the intensity of the whole movie, I felt that it could have been better. You know, the ending should have been Oscar worthy. But anyways, in all, Kill Boro was a good movie. So let's go to the scorecard. Cinematography, 0.7. All right, let's go to the plot. So I'm going to give it 0.5. For the directing, I'll give it 0.6. Now, talking about the editing, I'm going to give them 0.6 also. Now, for the storytelling, so I'm going to give storytelling 0.7. So let's go into the story execution. I'm going to give it a 0.4. Suitability for the audience, I'll rate it a 0.8. Now let's get into the acting. I'm going to give it a 1. The music is 0.6. Theme of the movie, 0.5. So overall, Kill Boro is a 6.5 rating, and that is a spicy atarodo rating on our system. For more movie reviews, do not forget to subscribe down below. It's just that bell-like button. It doesn't take less than a second to do. And follow, like, and share. The more you share, the more this video becomes more visible for others to see, and others can also enjoy what you've just enjoyed. Do not also forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms at PartyJollof Africa. Until we see you next time, bye.